My name is Tim Miles. I'm the author of the book Torn Apart, which looks at the spread of victim impact statements through the legal system. While I was a national newspaper correspondent in the United States in the 1990s, I covered a lot of notable murder trials, and I saw the growth of what was called the victim impact statement being introduced into court. What a victim impact statement has allowed bereaved families to do is to confront the defendant with the scale and the atrocity of their crime, to make them feel some remorse, and to also tell a jury how devastating the impact of the grief has been on the family. What I've done in this book is look at 14 fairly gruesome murder cases here in Britain and in the US. I've chosen these murder cases notably for the poignancy of the victim impact statements given in court. Some of them are extraordinarily powerful. They are words which even a dramatist couldn't dream up, coming from the mouths of mothers, from sisters, from fathers and brothers. And they're so powerful that some critics can say that they actually can affect the legal process. One of the most dramatic statements, I think, was given by the fiancé of a London solicitor called Tom Ap Rice-Price. He was brutally murdered by two muggers outside a tube station in London. Most recently, the case of Sally Ann Bowman. She was a young model. She was brutally murdered in Croydon by a necrophiliac killer who had sex with her dead body. It was an appalling crime, and that led to her mother, Linda Bowman, demanding that a national DNA database be set up to help police solve crimes more quickly. Genetic profiling, in fact, of the whole country, she asked for. We also have the case of Hannah Foster, who was a teenage girl. She was kidnapped, raped and murdered in the Southampton area, and her parents fought a remorseless campaign for justice to bring the killer back from India, where he'd fled to, and they were successful in this. And her mother's statement is an extraordinary statement. Powerful, powerful statement. Gary Newlove, who was a loving father, kicked to death by a bunch of drunken youths. And it was Gary's wife, Helen, who sparked a national campaign amongst politicians demanding for an end to this sort of yobbery that's holding Britain at hostage at the moment, or is certainly seen to be holding large parts of the country hostage to these mindless youths, causing vandalism, violence and general other horrors. I've spoken to a number of the families involved. Their response has been positive. They are glad that their chance to give these victim impact statements is now getting national recognition. They were glad to have their say, to be able to paint a picture of those that they've lost.